it is just me.
A&R show.
Today is
The A&R show. You already know the vibe. The A&R show.
Today is
The A&R show. You already know the vibe. The A&R show.
What up, y'all? Anwar A&R show here, man. More and more stuff to talk about. My goodness. Shout out to Hollow the Dead and the Non, one of the leaders in the culture, one of the pioneers, you know what I mean? LOM, you know what I'm saying? I rock with Hollow, I do. You know what I mean? We've had disagreements about battles, but as an individual, as far as I know, cool dude, never had no issues, like always willing to, you know, have a conversation, even if you disagree. Like, you know what I mean? Like a respectful conversation. So that's always good. I seen the Instagram posts, lots of tags of battlers in there, and I'll insert a, you know, clip of it here so y'all can see it for yourself. But Hollow said some things in there that, while I agree in principle, in practice, it doesn't quite work that way. So the first thing is, you know, Nordstrom's suing for 40 million. Okay, I already talked about that. It is what it is. You know, we'll see how that plays out because we don't know. You know, you sue for 40 million, you lose. Then what? You sue for 40 million, your case gets thrown out. Then what? You sue for 40 million, you end up selling out of court for 5,000. Then what? Like, you know what I mean? So the benchmark number of 40 million is right now, no pun intended, it's a hollow number. Like, you know what I mean? We don't know what that really is. But let me get into this Instagram post. Nordstrom suing for 40 million. Caffeine invested 113 million into battle rap. I read the original article and I didn't see Caffeine invested 113 million in battle rap. What I read was Caffeine raised 113 million dollars and battle rap would be its anchor content. So to me, what that means is that is the content that they will be featuring prominently. If you look back in the day, I don't know what area, you know what I mean, you're watching this in, but here in Philly, Channel 57 was like the black TV show network. Most of your, you know, primetime shows were black sitcoms, you know what I mean? But, so that was their featured content. But they had other stuff on there. Rest assured, they had the daytime talks and soaps and news and all that other stuff too. But their, like, anchor content was black sitcoms. So we talk about Caffeine having battle rap as its anchor content. Anchor content means basically what it would be featured. But there's still plenty of gamers on there. I mean, shout out to Mike P. We know Mike P games on there regularly. He streams regularly. There's a lot of guys on there. McMahon, TGP, Pig Stand is a social broadcasting site. Like, there's a lot of shows on there that are not battle rap. So Caffeine raising 113 million with battle rap being its core content. Caffeine raised 113 million, not URL. And Caffeine will allocate those resources, in my mind, again, I don't know, I don't work for Caffeine, but my mind says they'll be upgrading their servers, upgrading their client interface, things like that. Being able to run promotions and things like that. Anybody on Caffeine knows they do giveaways for, you know, what they call digis, which are credits, which can be converted into cash. So, like, doing giveaways, things like that. But upgrading probably their infrastructure. Do I think that they will invest some of that 113 million into battle rap content? Probably. Makes sense. Like, it really does make sense. But how much of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much money does it take to add, you know, I don't know, 1,000 servers to be able to handle the influx of you know, supporters and battle rap fans that are tuning in to battle rap that is being featured, that anchor content, you know what I mean? Summer Madness coming up. I don't know how many people are going to be on there. I really don't. But let's just say it's 50,000 people. Like, that's a lot That's a lot for a platform that is still, you know, if you're keeping it being in its infancy. It's not as established and high up there. It hasn't been around as long as some of these other online platforms. So there's a lot to go into that. So I just wanted to get that part right. All right. So I haven't bet on URL because I'm asking for more than usual, and that's a big issue. My whole point, always ask for what you're worth. Like, I'm not mad at that at all. If you feel like, you know, you're worth whatever, ask for it, demand it, and if you don't get it, fall back. Like, I got no problem with that. But it was how he went on about it. I want to ask my peers, do you still believe we don't have a budget, in quotes, and that's way too much money, in quotes? How is millions involved in this and we're still fighting to get a few extra thousand? Again, millions involved in Caffeine, but URL is who you would be doing business with. And yes, they do have a partnership with Caffeine, but to say, well, I know this guy has X amount of dollars, so I want that because I know he has it. I mean, again, we don't know how much of that 113 million was invested into infrastructure. Let's say 110 of it was. So they kept 3 million for advertising, promotions, battler contracts, the Caffeine shows, which we're gonna get into in a minute as well. Like, you don't know, and we don't know how long. 113 million is a lot of money to you and me. It definitely is. I'm not saying it ain't. But if 113 million has to go to a company, we don't know how long that 113 million gonna last. Like, we don't know what their overhead is like, etc. We don't know. So there's, again, other things to think about. What else was said? So he gave some names. You know, I'm not getting into that part. You can see it for yourself. But he used some names. And then he said, here's the clincher. Instead of paying us a bonus when this $1 million deal happens, they gave us an option to have a show on Caffeine and make you work 30 hours a month to get a few extra bands. Let's be real. Nobody wants to have to turn in hours every month just because we didn't have lawyers for our copyrights. All right. Let's talk about that one right there. Few extra bands. So one band is singular. A couple bands will be 2. A few, we'll say at minimum, is 3 bands. So let's use that as the number. 3 bands for 30 hours of content, of talking battle rap, watching battles, you know, giving your opinion on things, blogging, whatever it is, but on Caffeine. 3 bands, 30 hours. And again, I'm not saying that's what the number is. I'm going by what Hollow said. A few being more than 2, so 3. Going with the minimum. If it's 3 bands for 30 hours, that's $1,000 for 10 hours. That's $100 an hour. It's a lot of money. Like, to sit around and talk about battle rap, or to sit around and watch battles. Imagine somebody saying to you, yo, I'll give you $3,000 to watch 30 hours of battle rap, or to talk battle rap, however you choose to do it, watching battles, talking about it, reviewing them, predictions, whatever, over the course of this month. Like, that's a lot of money. And I get it. The artists have put themselves in position where their brand might demand more. But if that's the case, then demand more. Say, listen, a few bands, again, 3, ain't enough for 30 hours. Make it 5, make it 6, make it 10, whatever it is. You know, and you know, negotiate that. However, when you think about what it really is, I'm sorry. If my opinion, it's free money. It's free money. The battle rappers, odds are, and I don't know this for sure, but odds are talk about battles, review battles, give predictions, review battles. Like, if it happens already and you're doing it on Twitter or on your YouTube or on your Instagram or Facebook or wherever, if you're already doing it and somebody's now saying, I will pay you to do that, I don't see the downside to that. I don't. It's extra money for the battlers. we as supporters, Hollow, I have an LOM shirt on. I bought it, paid for it. You know that, I know that, and it is what it is. I bought the shirt because I want to find ways to support you as a battle rapper who I think, you know what I mean, is a dope battle rapper. I want to support you and what you're trying to do. So I spent my 50, 60 bucks. I don't remember how much the hoodie was, but it is what it is. And, I got a whole bunch of them. But to then say, now somebody else wants to support in a different way, meaning Caffeine, paying you a few bands to talk battle rap and be, a media personality on battle rap, where you have free range to talk about what you want to talk about. I don't see that as a bad thing. I really don't. Like, it's free money. You think about it again, using Hollow as the example. How many times a year does Hollow battle? Not many. I'll tell you this much, it ain't 12. So let's say Hollow normally gets, I don't know, 20,000. I'm making numbers up. Let's say he gets $20,000 a battle, and he battles 3 times a year. That's 60,000. If he can get 3,000 a month, again using his feud, you can get 3,000 a month. That's 36,000 free money. On top of this, now you're on a 100K bracket. Like, I don't see that as a bad thing. And I think to speak down on it like, oh, now you got I equate it to, oh, you got to work for your money. But it's minimal work. It's super easy. It's like they say, when you do what you enjoy, it's not really work. If you're a battle rapper and somebody's going to pay you to talk about battles, watch battles, get predictions, whatever you want to do, battle rap related, I don't see how that's a bad thing. Like, I don't see it, man. I don't. And, Hollow is a powerful voice in the culture. I agree, again, in principle, that if the company that you're working with, I'm not even going to say for, the company you're working with, URL, has access to a bigger budget asking for money, I have no problem with that. But when you kind of downplay other aspects of it, like, it just comes off as kind of like, I guess I'll say maybe entitled. Like, I don't know, that might not be the right word, I don't know, but it come off a little weird. So I wanted to put my thoughts out there because I feel like, at the end of the day, these guys, the battle rappers, have always, given us dope content. Whether you enjoy the battles or not, whether you like this battle rapper or not, like, they put their heart and soul into, their performances. To see the Caffeine partnership as a bad thing, or some of the things that they're trying to do as a bad thing, me personally, I don't get it. I just don't. And I'm hopeful to have a dialogue with Hollow. I'm hoping to see him, at Summer Madness or some other event. Maybe even get him on the phone. Like, I would love to have the dialogue because I want to understand his perspective. Again, I'm not a battle rapper, so I don't know the behind the scenes negotiations. Everybody uses the same word in battle rap: politics. I don't know the politics. I know what I see, I know what I hear, but what I hear, usually I take with a grain of salt, because the same way this person may be telling me their side of it, the other person's side might be completely different. So you want to talk to me? Oh, all right, dang, that's crazy. Like, that's usually what you'll get. Dang, that's crazy. Wow. And that's it. Like, because, not having the other perspective kind of shifts the focus. So either way, I'm real curious what y'all think about it. Like, let me know in the comment section below. Do y'all agree? Do y'all disagree? Do y'all think that, Hollow said he hasn't battled because he wants more money? Like, he knows more money is available, he wants more money, and, I guess he didn't say it, but the implication is, if I don't get what I want, then I'm sitting out. So, how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel he should come back and take what he normally gets and quote unquote prove himself on Caffeine? Or do you feel like, hey, it's Hollow the Don, Tay-Rock, DNA, K-Shine, all the big names, they should get whatever the hell they want because they put in the work? Like, let me know what side of the fence you're on that. Just ANR show here. Holla at y'all later.